All right, good day, everyone. YieldMax announces their monthly distribution for Group C. These are going to be paid out this coming Friday for most of them. Coney, we can see that we have 10468, Netflix 10705, PayPay 6665, OT 5369, YMAX 1944, YMAG 1962. And we have others here that are weekly and some more monthly ETFs. I will also reveal to you my YMAX position and my OT position and my Coney position. I will go through this, and if you have a certain number of shares, I'm going to let you know what you can expect to get a roundabout payout for the number of shares that you own, multiplied times the distribution payout. So let's get started. All right, so the EX date for these are going to be the 6th, February the 6th. Payout day will be February the 7th. For most of these, there are a few that target 12 and some weekly that have a different payout date. We will go over this. All right, just be reminded, just a reminder, if you, for example, if they're getting paid $25 and they have a distribution of $1, you can expect the price of the stock to drop at least $1. Sometimes it could be more, depending on how the market and other catalysts are being applied. So just keep that in mind. EX day is always a good day to make a starting position for those that want to get it at the lowest price possible. All right, so let's get started. So first on our docket here, we have Fiat has a monthly payout for February the 7th. Previously paid out 63, 65.3, and is currently paying out 54.98. All right, so if you own 50 shares of this, that would be 27.49. If you own 500 shares, this would be 274.90. 2,000 shares would yield you $1,099.60, and 10,000 shares would be $5,498, which is a small decrease from the previous payout for Fiat. OT. OT is paying out this Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out 57.15. It's currently paying out 53.69, a small decrease. So if you own 50 shares, that would be $26.85. If you happen to own 300 shares, which is what I currently own as of today, this moment, that would be $161.07. If you own 2,000 shares, that would be $1,073.80. And if you own 10,000 shares, that would be $5,369. AMD or AMD paying out their monthly distribution for February the 7th. Previously paid out $34.04. Currently paying out $38.12, which is an increase. All right, so if you own 500 shares, that would be $190.60. 2,000 shares would be $762.40, and 10,000 shares would yield you $3,812. PayPay paying out this Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $42.64, currently paying out $66.65. If you own 100 shares, that would be $66.65. 2,000 shares would be $1,333, and 10,000 shares would yield you $6,665. Next on the docket, we got Coney paying out their monthly distribution for Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $83.39, currently paying out $1.0468. And if you own 1,000 shares, that would be $104.68. 5,000 shares would be $523.40. And if you happen to own 5,000 shares like I do, that would be $5,234 for Coney. That is a nice increase. I'm glad we're paying back over a dollar. Previously paid out was the first time they paid below a dollar. All right, Misfo. Microsoft paying out this Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $36.67. Currently paying out $36.15, a minor decrease. If you own 500 shares, that would be $180.75. 2,000 shares would yield you $723. 10,000 shares would yield you $3,615. Next, we got Netflix paying out this Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $58.30. Currently paying out $107.05. A nice increase, almost double. All right. So if you own 50 shares, that would be $53.53. 500 shares would be $535.25. 2,000 shares would be $2,141. And 10,000 shares would yield you $10,705. Next, we got Ambi. Monthly payout for Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $42.20. Currently paying out $40.33. Another small decrease. So if you own 500 shares, that would be $201.65. 2,000 shares would yield you $806.60. And 10,000 shares would be $4,033. All right, our target Big 12 ETF, which has a payout for Thursday, which will be tomorrow. So you would have had to own these shares, I believe, on Tuesday. You would have had to have owned the target Big 12 on Tuesday in order to get paid out Thursday. So Biggie previously paid out $51.30, currently paying out $50.25. So if you own 50 shares, that would be $25.13. 500 shares would be $251.25. 10,000 shares would be $5,025. Our next target 12 ETF, Soxy, would be also paying out this Thursday, and you would have had to own these, I believe, by Tuesday of this week in order to get paid out. So they previously paid out $52.56. We have a dip here of $48.83. So if you own 100 shares, that'd be $48.83. 2,000 shares would be $976.60, and 10,000 shares would yield you $4,883. Let's go. All right. Now we're going into our weekly payers. Our first one up is going to be YieldMax, our weekly payout for Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $147, currently paying out $19.44. So if you own 50 shares, that would be $9.72. If you happen to own 100 shares, which is what I do, that would be $19.44. If you own 2,000 shares, that would be $388.80. And if you own 10,000 shares, that would be $1,944. Next, we have YieldMax. YieldMax, another weekly payout that will be paying out this Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out $18.98, currently paying out $18.62, one small minor dip. All right, so if you own 100 shares, that'll be $18.62. 1,000 shares would be $186.20, and 10,000 shares would be $1,862. All right, next up, we got Leggy, however we want to do Lefty. There we go. Weekly payout for Friday, February the 7th. Previously paid out 75 cents. Currently paying out 63 cents. All right, so if you own 50 shares, that would be $31.40. 500 shares would be $314. 2,000 shares would yield you $502.40. And 10,000 shares would yield you $6,280. All right, GP, however you want to pronounce that. Our new weekly ETF payout will be paying out February the 10th. All right, so that will be Monday, February the 10th. I believe you have to own this maybe by February the 7th in order to get paid out for February the 10th. All right, so they previously did not have a payout because this will be their first weekly payout. It's currently paying out $33.53. So if you own 500 shares, that would be $167.65. 2,000 shares would be $670.60. and 10,000 shares will be $3,353. All right, so that's going to conclude our YieldMax monthly distribution and our weekly distribution. A recap: Cone is 105, Netflix is 107, PayPay 67 cent, OT 54, YMAG 19 cent, and YMAX 19 cent, YMAG 19 cent, and you know the others that we've talked about in this video. So this is Group C. Next week we have Group D, which is going to consist of Misty leading that group, and maybe AIYY and SMCY in that group. All right, gang, I'm out. You all have a good one. Enjoy.